Paul, a return to action on Tuesday night at Watford, how was that?
It was great because it has been a long time out, and if I'm honest, I wanted to come back fast, but you know, when you have an injury, it's the time you have 6 to 8 weeks, usually you need to be out this time.
How good was it to be back out there on Tuesday night, because obviously you started the season really well and then to have 2 months out injured, that must have been difficult for you?
Yeah, because if I'm honest, I think that the 2 years before I didn't really had like a big injury or like injury more than 2 or 3 weeks. And if I'm honest, I was feeling maybe one of the best moments. I'm not gonna say maybe in my career, but yes, the last years as a personal level. And obviously I think no one wants injury, but I think that injury came in the worst moment for me because I was feeling so good and I had the feeling, I had the confidence to have everything around and I can really give my best.
Hecky, if we can start with some team news, I think a few of the lads seem to take a couple knocks on Tuesday night, so how's everybody looking?
Yeah, no, all good, and obviously add Ben back to that and hopefully Harrison as well, then we're in a stronger position.
Yeah, how is Harrison?
Yeah, good. We're hopeful that he'll be back in the squad, so get him training tomorrow and comes through that, and that's good.
Which is your right? Here. Left. Switch. Here. Where's Jordan going? He's all good. Fantastic. Ready? Take it out of the way. Right. Left. Switch.
What was your rehab like? What sort of things were you having to do on a daily basis?
Basically, at the beginning, maybe the first 2 weeks, I went back to Spain. I went to see a physio as well there every day. Then I came back here. I had I kept going with the physios. You do a lot of gym at the beginning because you can't really be on the pitch. But if I'm honest, my feelings were great. Since after 3-4 days, then I could run in a slow pace. But the injury I had is that injury don't let you sprint. Then you can run maybe 50%, but at the moment you want to just pass 60-70%, then is the problem. And then I kept my fit, I think, well, because I could run at this pace for after 2 weeks, then I didn't lose that fit. And yes, the last 2 weeks is when you just start to go over 90% and all that stuff.
You head to Sheffield Wednesday this weekend, who obviously in a unique situation, I think, aren't they, to anyone else in the division. What have you made of the way that they've approached the season so far with everything that's been going on in the background?
Yeah, listen, I think it sounds like the position they're in the league, they're fighting for every game, fighting every point, really competitive. I think what's hindered them is the size of the squad, and the options then you've got, which obviously we've experienced, but that's through injuries, suspensions, where they've got that constantly, so I think that's hindered them. But away from that, there's still a positive feel around the place because there's light at the end of the tunnel now, so it's not like there's any pressure on the manager or on the players, and except for the pressure they're putting on themselves, which makes it another dangerous game. We've got to make sure that we go there with no pity and being as honest and as aggressive and as intense as we possibly can, and just like we do every game, try and get 3 points. But like I said, the league position, when you look at it, it's false. They've had points taken off them. They've been hindered in lots of ways, but there's much more of a positive feel around the place now.
Got in here, Rob's loser of possession. Gets up towards the edge of the box, slides it through for Jefferson! The former Hornet delivers a sting in the tail to put Preston North End ahead. Dobbin with the pass, releasing Jefferson, who one-on-one made no mistake. It's Watford 0, Preston North End 1.
We've not spoken to you in a while. Just reflecting on your sort of first period at Preston North End, how have you found it? How well have you settled in?
I think everyone could see I'm settled here fine, because I said before, how is the manager, how is everyone around the club, how is everyone in the training ground. Just I felt like I was not new in the club. Obviously the first 2 weeks is you need to learn all the names and everything, but after that I didn't have the feeling I'm new in the team and I'm not maybe feeling like I'm at home, you know what I mean? And if I'm honest, I didn't have that feeling.
Yeah, you were there last Sunday on punditry duty actually. So firstly, how did you find that side of things? But also, what did you make of the game that you saw?
Yeah, listen, Sheffield United deserved to win. I felt Sheffield Wednesday started really well. First 10 minutes, but then as soon as that first goal went in, it seemed to knock them, and then they really lacked any sort of threat towards United. But we watched them again then last night at Millwall, and yeah, they had some real good moments. And I think just before Millwall scored their goal, they got on top and had a few chances. But prior to that, Wednesday had some big moments, bit of magic from Barry Bannon, which he's always capable of. McNeil in the woodwork, so. Yeah, they've gone away from home again to another difficult place and shown how hungry they are to get themselves out of trouble.
Saturday, of course, a return to Hillsborough to take on Sheffield Wednesday. You must be really looking forward to that.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a special game for me. Obviously, it's the team that gave me the opportunity to be in this country and in this league. Obviously, I can't have any bad word to the club. When I'm speaking about the club, I'm saying people inside the club, around. The workers, the players, and obviously the fans. Always they were behind me. They were like pushing me like to give a better level. I think that they loved me when I was there, and we'll see.
Just talk to us a little bit more about your time at Sheffield Wednesday. Obviously, it was Disco that signed you, and you obviously played under Danny Rowell as well. A passionate fan base, a city that loves football. Just talk to us a little bit more about your time there.
Yeah, I think at the beginning was a little bit hard for me because I said that before. I didn't speak any English. The team was not running well. And it's like, I changed my country for another one. My whole team was going first in the league to get promoted to La Liga, and it's what I'm doing here. But then I think when Danny Rowell came, just the feelings about maybe we didn't get the results at the beginning, but the feelings on the pitch were different. And then at this point I realised how good the fans are at Sheffield, because we were last in the table, like with 3-4 points. They were coming in every game, full of the stadium all the time. They were like really pushing us, like they were always in a good mood. You are in the street and no one is saying nothing wrong or nothing like, oh, you run or you need to run more. No, every time they try to push you. And it's what I said before, I can't have any bad word to the fans, because I think it's what you said. They really love the club. Doesn't matter what's going on. Obviously, like with the old chairman, everyone knows the situation. But now you see, like after the chairman was gone, like sold out.
After the Watford game during the week, we spoke to Stefan, who spoke a lot about taking opportunities, wanting to show you and the staff what he can do when he gets those opportunities. How important is it for you as a manager and the staff as a whole that the players that are given those chances, that they want to, there's that real desire to take them when they're presented?
Yeah, Steph is a fantastic lad, really keen to do well, wants to be there's no, and it's difficult when you're managing, and like we've put a squad together which I think is really good, really competitive, but you also know that you're not 11 players, because I make it really clear we're never going to win a game with 11. We're about the 16 who get on the pitch, but there's still a lot of players who you're not giving minutes to, who want more minutes. But you want every one of them to do well. Do you know what I mean? Every one of them, because then, I think Steffi the other night, Jordan stepping in, it's a reflection on how hard they've been training and how hard they've been working, because they've come into a game away from home, a team in form, and perform well, which is all you can ask for, So we have to, when players aren't getting as many minutes as they'd like, we have to make sure we still give them the work and give them the attention, and I can only I could say how important every player is, but unless my actions back that up, then they're not going to believe me. Does that make sense? So, yeah, hopefully, when you do show that trust in them, then to go on, your chance now, off you go, then they believe that, and they know they've just got to keep working hard.
Just looking at Sheffield Wednesday as well as a team, obviously due to their circumstances, they lost some really important players in the summer. A lot of the players there still you'll know. What sort of a challenge you're expecting from them?
I think obviously it's a bad situation, hard situation for all the players. They are -4 points. They had the deduction points, but I think everyone is as well trying to fight for the club, because they know a new owner is going to come. Next season maybe can be a good season for them, because they're going to have good players in wherever they are, League One, Championship, whatever. And as well as a player, when you're in this situation, I've been before, and not that much, but similar. You just try to play for yourself because you know if you finish contract next year, you need to play well because you need to find a club, or just to keep your fit because if maybe in January someone will have an offer or a chance to go to another team, you need to just keep fit and have these good feelings.
Obviously, looking at North End, currently in the playoff places, how confident are you and as a group about going away from home and getting results?
I think I spoke about that like the other day with my agent because I think no one expected that at the beginning. Everyone around was, we'll see what. But my feeling is like we are so competitive. We compete every game. Then I know and we know maybe some bad moments will come. But the good thing about this team is like we compete every game. Then that means we can win every game. Doesn't matter against who we play. Then I think it's the best point we can have. Like we know every game we're going to be there. We will have chances to win the game.
And in terms of the Championship this season, I'm sure you've been asked this a few times already, but there's 6 points between 4th and 17th at the moment. Do you remember a season that's as tight as this?
No, I didn't realise that. I knew it was tight, but yeah, that sounds mental when you say that. No, but it just shows, yeah. So that's why the margins are always fine, you know, always. And that's why everything, you should fight for everything, scrap for every inch on a pitch. And we speak about decisions a lot and possibly introducing VAR. And when a league's this tight, you can see the importance of stuff like that. But from a spectator point of view, fan point of view, someone involved in it, listen, it's great. And I think it makes for a really good league to watch.